Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we dig into companies and uncover their secrets, and today we're looking at American Woodmark Corporation's latest filing. Get ready because There's a bit of a regulatory tango happening here. Alright, so American Woodmark Corporation, a company we've touched on before, has filed an 8K report. This type of filing is usually for really big important news that investors need to know about right away. It is not a detailed regular report like a quarterly or annual one, but more like a bulletin announcing a significant event. And the big news here is all about a merger. Remember, back in August of 2025, American Woodmark agreed to be bought by a company called Masterbrand Inc. Well, it turns out the US Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, has stepped in with a second request for more information. Think of this like the FTC saying, hold on a minute, we need to look at this deal much more closely before you guys can finish it. This all falls under something called the Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act. Basically, when big companies merge, especially in industries with a lot of competition, the government wants to make sure that this merger isn't going to hurt customers or create a monopoly. This second request automatically puts a pause on their merger plans. The clock stops ticking on the government's review period until American Woodmark and Masterbrand give the FTC everything they need. It could be longer than 30 days after they comply, depending on what the FTC decides. Now, the companies Masterbrand and American Woodmark, they say they're going to work with the FTC to get this deal cleared as quickly as possible. This is standard corporate speak, of course. They want this merger to go through, so they'll cooperate. The merger still needs other things to be approved too, the usual stuff that has to be in place for any big business deal to get finalized. What is really interesting is when they think this merger will actually happen. They're now expecting it to close in early 2026. This delay caused by the FTC's deeper dive means the companies have to push back their timeline. This isn't necessarily a bad sign, but it does mean that regulators are scrutinizing this deal, which could signal potential hurdles, or just a very thorough review process for investors. This uncertainty can be a bit of a drag. Now, the company also includes a whole section on forward-looking statements. This is legalese basically telling you that anything they say about the future, like when they expect the merger to close, is based on their current best guesses. It is important because things can change. They could face unexpected problems with the FTC, other regulatory bodies, or even if the economy shifts unexpectedly, it could impact this deal. They are basically covering their bases legally here. They're also being upfront about some of the risks. One significant risk they mention is that the terms of this whole merger agreement itself might stop either company from doing other smart business moves while they wait for this deal to finalize. Imagine trying to plan your next vacation while you are in the middle of negotiating a really complex international move. It is hard to focus on other things when a big deal is in limbo. Looking at American Woodmark and Masterbrand, both are in the business of making cabinets and related home products. This merger is designed to create a larger, more dominant player in the market. The FTC is likely concerned about how this consolidation might affect prices and choices for consumers in the long run. This isn't a simple financial report, it is more about the regulatory journey of a major corporate event. There aren't specific financial tables here to dig into like you'd see in a quarterly report focused on revenue, profit, or debt. This filing is purely about the merger's progress, specifically the regulatory hurdle presented by the FTC. So what is the takeaway here? American Woodmark and Masterbrand's merger is facing more scrutiny than perhaps they initially anticipated, with the FTC asking for more information. This has pushed back the expected closing date to early 2026, while this delay can create some uncertainty for investors. It can also be seen as a sign that regulators are doing their job to ensure fair competition. For now, we'll have to watch and see how this regulatory review plays out. That is our breakdown of American Woodmark's latest filing. What is your take on this merger situation and what the FTC's involvement might mean for the companies and the market? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this deep dive into corporate maneuvers was helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us out, and subscribe for more breakdowns. Don't forget to join our Discord community for more conversations, linked in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.